We're the travel agents coming to you with tips, tricks, interviews, and voyages by cruise. The travel agents bringing you the latest travel news.
Hey, Will, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. I thought we would never talk about Disney on this podcast, but we're going to talk about Disney.
A different kind of conversation about Disney.
Well, it's important to me because it's a part of my life, and it was a big. I want to use this word, even though it might not fit. It vanguarded my travel experience, my travels. So, a quick little jump back into memory lane. The year is 2009, and I'm about to graduate from the University of Akron.
Wow.
Go Zips! Anyways.
What'd you graduate with?
Business administration.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, tourism wasn't offered in Akron. Can you believe it? I wonder if any college has a tourism degree. Like, does Miami or Paris or London? I don't know. Rome? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But anyways, it was that weird time after the financial crisis where it was like, listen, you don't want to graduate right now because there's no jobs for you. So stay in college. I think that was like the University of Akron's marketing scheme.
Keep staying in Akron and
keep paying us
more money
because there's no jobs for you. And that was kind of the rhetoric on the news as well. Anyways, they said delay graduating by getting an internship. So every day in the College of Business, there was like all these internships posted on that big cork board, you know?
Yeah,
right by Polsky. Yeah. Anyways, there's like all the internships at the business college looked so boring. Right. And I'd already filled out of accounting, so I didn't want the accounting internships.
Sure.
And then I saw the brightly colored purple Disney college program internship. And sure enough, there was going to be a presentation like the next day in the student union.
Oh, okay.
I sit through it. I totally drink the Kool-Aid. I thought I don't know. I didn't even know I was a Disney fan. I guess I was because that presentation was like, this looks like fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, at the end of the presentation, you get in line to receive the application from the Disney rep for the Disney college program. It was your choice of a 5-month or an 8-month program. I did the 8 months. When you got up to the table to get the application, she asked you 2 questions. And I was the last person in line, so I could hear the question. Do you want Anaheim or Orlando? Anaheim or Orlando? Every single person was asked that question. And remember, I was the last person in line. 100% of the people in front of me all said Orlando.
Wow.
Now, we are in the Midwest. We're a short flight we have lots of flights to Orlando.
Yeah.
It's 2-hour flight from here in Northeast Ohio. So I don't know. People here also grew up going to Florida for vacation.
It's still kind of common, still kind of like familiar.
It seems like most people have at least one family member who lives there. I do, you know. Yeah. So maybe just, I don't know. Also, Orlando's huge. Just a quick reminder. In Orlando is Walt Disney World. Built in the 70s, Walt Disney actually never stepped foot inside the finished park of Disney World. He passed away before it completed. His brother, Roy Disney, whatever. He was the one who gave the opening speech, which you can watch online. Not that important. Anyways, I had never been west of Chicago in my life. That's not true. I went to San Antonio once prior to this, but I had really never been out west. And so it was an easy answer. And when I went up there, I said, Anaheim. And she got this smile. And she's like, I'm so happy to hear that. And she handed me the application. Okay. I take the application, I fill it out, I submit it through the whatever portal. They say we're going to follow up with a phone call. I was all nervous. I knew I was supposed to act really happy, which I'm generally a pretty bubbly guy, pretty loud. I think Disney's looking for that.
Yeah.
So my interview on the phone went really well. And then like a week later, I got the email that I'd been accepted to the Disneyland college internship in Anaheim, California. Now, Anaheim is Disneyland, which is the first. That's the first one.
The OG.
Yeah, in 1955, I think it was the first year.
Okay.
I might have my year off.
Sure.
But that was like, the very first one. It's in Little Anaheim, California. It's built right into the city. So there's a city surrounding it. So there's really no room to expand, right?
Oh, okay.
So much so that it's, compared to Disney World, it's extremely small.
Oh, okay.
So when Walt Disney was looking to build Disney World with 4 parks and a water park and tons of hotels and a whole downtown Disney area, which is now called like Saratoga Springs or Disney Springs, I think.
Sure. Star Wars.
Star Wars World? Probably. He was looking for a place with a ton of land.
Okay.
And he was looking for a place, obviously, that could be sold year round, wouldn't have a weather fact like with winter. Shout out to our Cedar Point podcast. Cedar Point's open like 3 months. No, it's open like, 6 months a year?
I think so,
But then it has to close, right?
Mm-hmm.
Disney World's open like 365.
Yeah. So is Disneyland
So
kind
is
of the same
Disneyland,
thing?
yeah,
I would imagine.
Southern California, Southern Florida. But Disney World, from the stories I've heard is like Walt Disney saying, it was just, Orlando was this marshy, untouched land with nothing there.
Sure.
It's totally inland. Because you have the coast on both sides. So who would want to be in Orlando where there's no ocean, right? So he bought a ton of land, genius, and turned it into Walt Disney World. Now, I think Orlando is the biggest, as far as attractions go, like not city, but like for visitors and families, like number 1 in the U.S. year after year after year, Disney World.
I don't doubt that.
I heard a statistic that you could fit all of Disneyland inside of one of Disney World's parking lots. just to show you the sheer magnitude.
That's a good visual. Thank you.
So just a quick note, for those who did the Disney College program in Orlando, I can't speak to you, but from what I've heard from people who did it, you very much felt like Disney World was your home. You hung out in Disney World complex. Every part of your life, shopping for food, this is all just hearsay, shopping for food, like doing laundry, going to do activities and entertainment, it was all within the Disney World city complex.
Okay.
That's Orlando. I wasn't there.
Okay.
I was in Anaheim, where Disneyland is, in comparison, extremely small.
Sure.
And they had us live in apartments 2 miles from the park down, what's that? Oh, now I'm dying to know the name of the road that it was on. I'm not important, but for some reason, just for nostalgia alone, what road did I live on? Anyways, here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at it on Google Maps. It's Disney's World of Adventure, California Adventure. There's so many. Harbor Boulevard. Yeah. How fun. Right on the 5 freeway for all you California lovers. Spend a ton of time on the 5 in your life. That's just like the highway that takes you all over. The 5 goes everywhere, right?
Yeah.
All over California. Anyway, so there's 3 aspects of the Disney College program. Should you get accepted, you'll quickly learn. There is living, working, and learning. So living, they put us in like literally an apartment complex right in the city. I was in a 2-bedroom apartment. There were 5 of us total. We each paid $500 a month in rent. So that's $2,500. All my information is dated by 12 years.
Sure,
this was 2010. I can only imagine what rent is for a 2-bedroom apartment in Anaheim now.
Oh my gosh.
Probably more.
$5,000 a month.
But yeah, it wasn't free. You had to pay for it. So a huge, and at the time, we made $9.38 an hour, $9.38 an hour.
Okay. Were the apartment complexes, were they owned by Disney?
No.
Okay.
No, they rented it through a third party. So this is why the programs are so vastly different.
Yeah.
In Orlando, Disney owns like it's like a whole city they own. In Anaheim, they're like, well, we want to do this college program and we have absolutely nowhere to put these kids because there's like 3 hotels in Disneyland. Disneyland Hotel, the other one that's like forest themed, and the other one that's like beach themed or something. So they just rented out a unit, like a big apartment building. Yeah. They put a couple people who like led the program, like on floor 3. We could go visit them and stuff. But anyways, there were people from all over the world. My roommates were from Texas, California, China, and Chicago.
Okay.
So that was crazy.
Yeah, that's
I went to one of their weddings. In China, I visited the one guy, my roommate.
Nice.
Yeah, like
That's cool.
it's been cool. I visited the other guy in Texas. The guy in Chicago, we don't keep in touch. So, I mean, talk about like a community, right? So you're in this, it feels like you're in like a hotel and you're just like hanging out at different people's apartments, and it was a blast. So that was a really cool aspect. And next is one cool thing about living there was like you're 26 miles from Los Angeles, downtown, like Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I probably like 6 different times during my program, we drove up down the 5, I believe, to Hollywood. I got to go to like Jimmy Kimmel Live. I was in it.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. The guy, Job from,
Arrested Development.
Arrested Development. What's his name in real life?
Oh, Kristen's going to kill me. Will Arnett.
Dude, nice. He was the guest. The musical guest, it was like you had to go outside to see the musical guest. That was the one I remember.
Okay.
But it was fun. It was a blast. Shout out to the Hollywood parking garage, $2 an hour. This was 12 years ago, so I don't know what it is now. Went to like Beverly Hills, all sorts of stuff. Like it was really fun because we hung out in Orange County. You know, that's where Anaheim is. Anacrime, as we nicknamed it. No, that's sorry. Hung out in like Santa Ana and I don't know, whatever else. Went to like Laguna Beach, went to Newport. Oh, saw a free Weezer concert on at not Newport Beach, the other beach that was, I should have done better research. The other beach that's Huntington Beach, right?
Okay.
Hot Heat and Weezer did a free show. And I didn't have a car. I didn't bring my car with me. So they gave you a free Orange County bus pass. So I just like would swipe the bus pass to go to work.
Wow.
And it was crazy because we're from Northeast Ohio where we don't have like a huge
don't have
Hispanic
that.
population. But in Southern California, there's a giant Hispanic population, right?
Okay.
So I would get on the bus and it would be all Hispanic people and me. And it felt kind of cool, you know, like, wow, I'm the minority. And that was good for me, right? It was good for my character, good for growth. And I tried to learn Spanish and I was terrible, but like they were extremely kind and I loved it. I enjoyed, there's a restaurant chain out there in California called In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also in Houston. It's also in Nevada.
Yeah, but it's famous for
it's
being
west.
Cali.
Yeah. And so I gosh, as much as I crave Swenson's while being there, that was a nice substitute.
Wow. Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
really. That's saying a lot.
That is saying a lot.
In-N-Out Burger being a substitute for the Swenson's drive-in restaurants, and coming from me,
That's
I'm so
huge.
pro Swenson's. That's saying a lot. So that was living there, right? And next was like working there. So working there is they give you a job to work, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody wanted to work on the rides.
Sure.
It was like that movie Adventureland. Everybody wanted rides, right? And so the day comes, you open your envelope after the training. They had like a whole week of training, right?
Okay.
And then you open your envelope. Which job did you get? And the job I got was resort parking and transportation. And my heart sank when I got that. What the heck
what is that?
resort parking and transportation, you know? And basically you start by, they put you in these, I mean, the flow of traffic into Disneyland is insane, especially in
Sure.
the mornings.
Oh, I bet.
And they need to be pointed where to park. And it's such a giant parking lot, you set up cones so the traffic knows where to go. And then with your Disney 2-finger point, you have to use 2 fingers or else your whole hand, because you can't point with just 1 finger at Disney. It's not allowed. It's against the rules or the traditions.
Interesting.
I think traditions was like, traditions? What was the first like 9 days of training called? I forget. It was like the orientation. They taught you all these things because Walt Disney always pointed with 2 fingers. He never pointed with 1 because in many cultures, pointing with 1 finger is inappropriate. But the theory was the reason Walt Disney always pointed with 2 fingers was because he was a chain cigarette smoker. And so therefore he had the cigarette between the 2 fingers. That's why. Anyway, so I did resort parking and transportation where with my 2-finger point and my white gloves, I pointed people into the parking spot they were supposed to be in.
Okay.
And when they opened their doors, I shouted, "Watch your doors," because the cars are flying in. We had to park the cars like super close, right?
Yeah.
And these kids have been in the car for like 12 hours or whatever. And the moment they get to Disneyland, they want to fling their door open to go meet Mickey. And when they fling their door open, the car next to them smashes it off. So I successfully, in 8 months working there, I never had a car smash. I had some close calls because that's real. These kids are flinging that door open.
So it's that common.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Because you're jamming these cars in like sardines because there's just so many. And we timed when you park the cars, right? So like if I was in the Toy Story lot and I knew we parked Woody from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then we went over to Buzz and we parked Buzz from 9 to 9:30. Then we went over to Jesse and we parked Jesse from 9:30 to 10. So at 5, and we had that on a clipboard. So at 9 or 10 p.m. when the clients are like going home to find their car, and no one can find their car, especially if you have a rental car, right?
Yeah.
No one knows what it looks like, and everyone's trying to click it, and they can't hear it or whatever because there's fireworks going on. And we say, excuse me, what time did you park? Well, we got here at about 9. Okay, great. At that time, we were parking the Buzz lot, so let me walk over with you, help you find your car. I mean, that was the level of service, even in the parking lot, right?
Yeah.
They made us drink they like really drove it into us. You, as the parking lot attendees, you are the first people that the guests see when they come, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we feel like this high honor, and we're literally telling cars where to park.
Sure.
But they're huge into like customer service. We had to know the Disney 4 keys, which were safety is always number 1, efficiency is number 2, show is number 3. That's like keeping the show alive, right? Talking about, oh, you're going to meet a princess today. Congratulations, or something like that. Or, oh, you're going to get to go meet Mickey today. That's great. And number 4, I forget what number 4 was. Disney 4 keys. Oh my gosh. I wonder what it was. Oh, well, anyways, like it was just like really, really big into customer service. So a lot of customer service skills I have at my current job as a travel agent. I have to thank Disney.
I was just going to say, like,
it was huge.
That had to have had such a huge lasting impression on you, because I think with Kima Travel, like one of the big things that I keep in mind with Kima Travel is that you have such an amazing customer service and amazing care for the customers. And that's not a shameless plug. That is just like,
Thanks, man.
A combination of testament to you and perhaps a testament to Disney's training. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, thank you so much. Yeah, they were, we weren't employees. We were cast members.
Yeah. Okay.
We weren't wearing costumes. We were wearing costumes, not uniforms. So you never said words like uniform. You said words like costume.
Okay.
I don't know. My one buddy from Texas, everyone in my apartment was for resort parking and transportation.
Sure.
He got a little, actually thinking about it now, it was really charming at the time. Now it's kind of creepy. I'll have to send him this episode. He got a little notebook, and he would get down on one knee and say to little girls dressed up as princesses, like, oh my gosh, I've never met a princess. Could I please have your autograph? And he'd open up his notebook, and the little girl like looks up at her mom like, really? And she feels like the whole world revolves around her at this point, right? Yeah. And there she is, like doing her little autograph, which looked terrible. It was just scribbles on a paper. And my friend was just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Cinderella. That means the world to me that you would give me your autograph. And she'd be like, okay, she's just beside herself. And here she's just showed up to Disneyland dressed like Cinderella. That's all, Fun fact, adults couldn't dress up. You would get kicked out if you were an adult and you dressed up as a character. Anyways,
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it was kind of fun. Like we got to, they gave us this pass. We could go to the park for free every single day as employees. And actually it was a huge blessing not to work in the park, because all of our buddies who worked in the park, they got so sick of it within about a month. And so on like the weekends or like our off days, we'd be like, hey guys, let's go to Disneyland, ride some rides, like hang out. They'd be like, no, I do not want to step foot in that place. Sure. And all of us in the parking lots were like, oh no, dude, Disneyland rocks.
Yeah.
So much fun. There's a parade at 3:00. Like, let's go, Yeah. And we would just go hang out there all day, and we loved it because we weren't sick of it. It was just sheer fun.
Wow.
So actually in the end, I consider it a great blessing that I didn't work inside the park, because I ended up going to the park at least once or twice a week.
So it seems like you, like whatever you get, whatever your role is, you're there. You're doing that role the entire time that you're there.
Yes, and you can't change. They're very strict. Like, no, we don't want you college kids complaining. Like, I don't like my role.
Yeah.
So that was. It's interesting. There was my one buddy from Chicago, the roommate. I won't disclose his name, but he worked on Mickey's Fun Wheel, which is the Ferris wheel. and he pushed start on the gondola or the Ferris wheel without closing the door of one of them. And so he got asked to leave the program.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the people were fine. It's a Ferris wheel. It's not like it's the demon drop, which doesn't exist anymore at Cedar Point. Thanks a lot. It's not like it's the power tower, you know.
Yeah.
But still, he got sent home early. So that was working. And my last thing is you got to learn there. So they have this whole like college courses where you have to be a part of the program. In the college program, you have to take one of the college courses.
Okay.
And there's 3 courses throughout it. And so for me, I took 3 different courses throughout the 8 months.
Yeah.
And you do homework and there's lectures and all that. And I got 9 college credits transferred back to Akron U.
Oh, wow.
All for free. So that's kind of sweet.
That is really cool.
Now, granted, I did not make a lot of money while living there because I spent it all on rent and just like hanging out and doing fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I broke even after a year there. So don't go there thinking you're going to make a lot of money.
It's more of an experience and a learning opportunity.
Right.
For sure.
So it was funny. They had us, because it's such a small program in Anaheim, like Disney, they have whole college classrooms and like auditoriums, I hear.
Yeah.
In Anaheim, they sectioned off, they gave us a conference room at the Disneyland Hotel. It's like, here, you guys meet in here for your college class thing. I was like, okay. And we took classes about like the history, like the Disney corporate, it was called, or like corporate Disney. You know, we learned about how Disney works as a corporation. We learned about how Disney does marketing. You would actually appreciate the Imagineers. Those are the engineers.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff they were working on, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like super incredible.
The engineering, the marketing, like all of that stuff would be really cool. I mean, it's like Coke and Disney are usually the things that, like, you know, key marketers are going to refer to as like, who's doing the right things? Who should we be observing? I mean, it sounds like, honestly, even if you have the idea or the goal of like wanting to own your own business one day, this is an amazing program to be in. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can't. I mean, after that, I kind of went to Kima Travel, so it's not but regardless, like, how could this not help you with customer service, all the learning you're doing, and just saying you work for a Fortune 500 company? It was awesome. And so I can't speak to I know the Orlando program is huge. I have so many people who say, oh yeah, I know someone who did the program. I said, was it Orlando or was it Anaheim? And they've 100% of the time said Orlando. I bet. I've not yet met someone just in the real world who's done the Anaheim program. Sure. But let me just give a shout out to Little Disneyland, because you're not stuck inside Disney World, literally a world of Disney. Yeah. Where you have to drive like a while to get out of it. I bet. We were in the heart of a city having fun in Orange County, going to the beach, going to LA. We did a trip to San Francisco and camped in the Redwood Forest, you know? Man. And the program does fun stuff. They took us to, I didn't go to the Price is Right. I did go to the Wheel of Fortune, got to be there in the audience. It's like fun. That's super cool. So huge shout out. I would say if you're in college, I could not speak highly enough of this program. 8 months. Why not? There's a 5-month program too, if you don't feel like doing the whole 8 months, I guess. I recognize all my information is dated by 12 years. So there's might be some people who've done the program recently who are like, no, but hey, getting to go to Disneyland every day, it was a blast. I had family come and visit me. They give you free passes. You get to friends and family into the park. If I would have known you, I totally would have, gotten you in. Taken you up on that. So I just say, do it. Well, thanks for sharing, Brian. That was really cool, man. Thanks, man. It was really fun getting to relive that very special year of my life. Definitely one of the best years of my life. I still keep in touch with some of the people from the program. Shout out to Peter, who was on our podcast for Portland. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, hey, if you guys want more Disney content, let us know. We can do we have a few ideas, but otherwise, So if you want it, you got to reach out to us. Thanks a lot, man. We're the travel agents. That's the end of our show. Make sure to